My name is Rob Hubbell. I'm the East Coast Sales Director, and we have Dan Banister from Banister Automotive and Aaron from Wheel Restore. So first and foremost, I'd love to have them both introduce themselves, and then we'll get into some questions. Dan?
Dan Banister, been in the automotive industry for about 30 years. I have 5 stores, and I installed UVeye about a year and a half ago with 3 of the stores.
My name's Aaron Sockwell. I've been in the automotive business about 35 years, building cars since I could walk, which led to selling cars, which led to where I'm at now, which is distributing the world's best wheel repair equipment. We teach dealerships how to bring their wheel repair in-house while they're doing services on the cars, just to up that revenue. And that's what we're all kind of here this week for, isn't it?
Absolutely. Thank you. How about Dan? I'd like to start with you. So how long have you been with UVeye?
Actually, the 2 NADA shows ago, the first time you guys came out, I intended just to spend a few minutes at the booth, and I ended up spending about 3 hours with you, and I was one of the first people to have it installed at the
Excellent.
dealership.
We definitely thank you for your business. What would you say the initial impact when you started with UVeye, and then over the last 2 years, how has it gone?
Well, the biggest impact has been the service department. If you see how that system works, when our customers, we have it in every service drive. So when the customer drives through, they actually use the tablet there, and they can see what's going on with their car. They can see if there's a wheel alignment, they can issue, the tires are unevenly worn, there's damage on the car, the wheels, the road rash on the wheels. One of the biggest issues we had at my Ford store in DC was that people were complaining that we were damaging their cars when we were bringing them for service. But with UVeye, it scans the entire car, and you can see all around the car. So we cut down a $3,000, $4,000 bill down to nothing, showing customers that the damage that they had when they came in is their damage, not our damage. So that was one of the biggest impacts. And also, we did very poorly at my Nissan stores. We were lowest in the district in tire sales. And after 2 months, we were number 1 and number 2 in tire sales. And that was probably the biggest impact, is just showing customers that the uneven wear and the wheel, we're doing so many wheel alignments now, we have a hard time keeping up with them. And those are things that we really didn't do well before UVeye.
One of the other parts that we've really found too is tire age.
Yeah, so if you look at the system, it actually tells you how old the tires are. And it's very common to see a 6 and 8 year old tires. And another one of the things I love about this is that, with F&I, we always talk about 100% presentation 100% of the time. Well, we look at that the same thing with the service advisors. If you have the tablet and it's making the service advisor look at that tablet every single time, it makes a huge difference. So 100% presentation 100% of the time, and it's not the service advisor telling them what's wrong with their car, it's the system showing it. And another thing it shows the recall. So when somebody comes in, it'll show damage on their car, uneven wheel alignment. It'll show a fluid that's not supposed to be there, rust underneath the car. So we use it for that, but we also use it for our service department, for the sales department. So when a car comes off the truck, whether it's a new car, used car, we run it right through the system. And with a new car comes off the truck, you only have a certain amount of time to claim damage on it. So right then and there, we can write it up and show the manufacturer that there was damage when it came in. Also, for car appraisals, you'll never miss a frame damaged car, because once you drive that car through, it's going to tell you what's wrong with the car. It'll list the age of the tire, the uneven wearness of the tire. It'll also tell us we use it as a tool to help devalue a trade. So let's say the book value is $10,000. Well, UVeye is going to list out, all right, it's going to take this amount of money to recondition in the car. You're going to get new tires. There's a damage here. There's a multitude of things that are wrong with the car. So it's not us telling the customer that there's something wrong with the car. It's UVeye telling it. That's another great tool with UVeye.
So with the results, how does it affect your staff? What's the impact there?
Well, again, we have it set up so the sales department, right when the customer wants to trade in their car, we have them take it right through the trade appraisal process. So when that car comes through, it goes right through. It takes 30 seconds. It automatically populates on the sales manager's desk, and you can see the car. You can see everything, what's going on with the car. with the service department, I kind of went over that,
Yep.
is that we do a 100% presentation 100% of the time, and UVeye with the tablet make sure that happens.
That's great. On the wheel restore side, you mentioned the damage of wheels. How does your process kind of work, with the UVeye system as well as outside of it when you're working with dealers currently today?
So we existed before UVeye, so we've been selling this all over the world for quite a number of years, and we supply OEMs in Europe on the OEM building side for reconditioning before they send them to you guys. But one of the things we've noticed and why we got together with UVeye as a strategic partner is that people are the problem. If you're here, you have employees, someone's good days, some days bad days of these employees. If you're relying on a person to walk around the car with an iPad, which is the traditional way, to notate all the damage, for in our instance it's wheels, okay? So I take out all the stuff you're dealing with. I'm just a one-trick pony. I just need them to show that the wheels are damaged so they can sell that, so that the customer is making money with my equipment. One of the stores that was very successful with our wheel repair, averaging about 180 to 200 wheels a month before UVeye, ramped up within 2 months to 320 to 400 wheels a month. So you're talking about additional just over $1 million in revenue.
Yeah. So so with our scans, on average, we see probably about 35% of the vehicles have rim damage.
And it's one thing that I tell people all the time is the reason this business is so good for the dealership is that there's 4 wheels on every car. That means it's not necessarily one wheel that's damaged. It's normally one side. And then the other side, as I was telling him before, no man's ever curbed a wheel, but plenty of wives had. That's what I've learned at these shows. And there's literally millions of wheels rolling around all the time. And there's millions of curbs. And what that means for you is if you have a UVeye setup, you can identify the damage. You train your people. You're showing them on the screen. This wheel needs to be fixed. You want to do it while you're here getting your oil changed, as opposed to sending it off or calling somebody you don't know off of Facebook Marketplace to come and repair your wheel at your house.
Convenience.
Convenience. You're already have the car up to do the oil change, or say you're changing a starter, just simple repairs. You can repair a wheel in the time it takes to do an oil change with the correct equipment. I mean, that's why I'm here. I'm peddling equipment over in the other building.
How about lease return? So again, if you're returning a vehicle, if it's damaged,
Yeah, they're going to hit you for a new wheel when you bring it back. But if you get them all fixed, add a revenue stream of repairing the wheel for the customer that's bringing it back at least to your store. So I mean, it's just a numbers game. Everything's in how many vehicles did we sell this month? How many do we work on? How many we service? We're just adding another number. How many wheels did we fix this month? Oh, we fixed 100 wheels. That's a good start. At a basic price point, that's $20,000 extra revenue that you probably were sending out and giving the responsibility to some guy that you do or don't trust. And when it comes back, if it's not right, they take it back again. How long did that process take? Is the car down for 24 hours, 48 hours? Is it stuck on one of your lifts that makes $160 an hour, $170 an hour? The tech's sitting here going, hey, I flag hours. You got a car stuck on my lift because you sent the wheels off to get fixed. Is it sitting in the parking lot on jack stands? That doesn't look very good to the customer. I mean, there's a benefit to being able to do it.
So what's the impact for a dealer taking this in-house versus sending them out or having someone come to their dealership and subbing it out?
The thing I hear most, and it might be some people in the audience, is I don't want to deal with it. Okay, I don't want to deal with it. I have a guy that comes around. I don't even see him. He comes in a truck at the first of the day, picks up all the wheels, goes, takes them away, and the next day he brings them back.
And they may not realize that net impact, the bottom line, the money they could make.
Yeah, it's not, and you got to look at multiple factors again. It's not just that you don't have to deal with it, and you're not keeping the money in house. You're splitting the money with somebody. It might be a parking stall. It might be a lift stall. I mean, the car sits there regardless, and it might be costing you money. You might not be making money at all on wheel repair. You're just doing it as a convenience.
Right.
Where we're not in the business of being convenient. We're in the business of making money. So if you're, getting a split from a guy that's coming in his van to pick up your wheels, you're not bringing anything back your way.
Absolutely. So with UVeye, obviously there's a lot of transparency and time savings. What have you seen, Dan, on your side for, when we bring the transparency, we bring the results out for the, the consumer sentiment or net promoter scores?
Well, one thing for service, again, is that one of the things that we had an issue with is that, in order to do the multi-point inspection, you got to take the car through the shop, you got to write it up, do all that kind of stuff. The beauty of UVeye is that you do your multi-point inspection right there in the lane. And time kills a sale and service. And if the customer's been sitting in the waiting lounge for 45 minutes for a multi-point inspection, and the advisor comes out and say, hey, you need tires, you need a tire rotation, you need all this kind of stuff. Well, you've just killed yourself. No, I just want to get out of here. Just go. Maybe I'll get it next time. With UVeye, they're going to be able to see it right there on the spot. Hey, we have this recall that needs to be done. Hey, there's a tire rim rash that we can get done. We can take care of this all within an hour and a half. Would you like to get that done today? That's much better than coming back and saying, well, you're going to be here for 3 hours to do that work. And because you took an hour to get them to the point where, hey, we know what's going on with their car. Another thing that we use it for is we have a rental. I have 2 rental departments. So every time somebody comes back with a rental car, scan the vehicle, what's going on with it. Then when it goes back out, scan the vehicle. So we've cut down on so much repair costs that we didn't catch. So there's another solution that you guys haven't come up with, but it's going to be coming out soon. And I'm putting pressure on them is that they're going to be able to use the pictures that the machine takes. It'll be able to populate that onto your website. So you won't need a separate person to be able to take your pictures for you. So you just send it through. It's going to connect with HomeNet and vAuto that they're working with, and you're going to have consistent pictures on your car on your website every single time. They also have a camera that you can put inside the vehicle that'll scan a 360-degree view of the car. So that's another great thing. So you're saving money, you're spending money, but you're saving money and putting yourself in a position to make more money because of all the tools that UVeye has.
Yeah, that's Apollo. So Apollo is a little bit of a manual process where you're able to do the interior photos, dash photo, under hood, or even a photo of the VIN ID tag, as well as the OBD2 scan. So again,
did I mention I sell systems for quickly repairing leather and plastic on the interior cars?
Sign me up.
And chips in the windshield while they're in the lane.
So again, it kind of really completes that whole process. But again, the high resolution photos for merchandising as well.
Yeah, so I can't wait. Every NADA, every company says, we're going to come out with this new tool. And I was hoping that new tool would be released this NADA, but it's not ready yet, but it's soon. So it's coming soon.
And also the underbody scan is great for using for merchandising as well, because who nowadays really ever sees the underneath of a car?
Yeah, and the customers at my dealerships have trained themselves. So they'll come in and they'll look, right when they drive their car through, they'll go up and look at the tablet themselves. So the nice thing about, we have Techion. So all those pictures that we're taking with the car are going to be stored in the customer's profile. So when the customer comes back in the next time, we're going to say, hey, your tires were on yellow, now we're on red. Hey, we need to act now. And they'll be able to see the difference and see uneven wear patterns and all that kind of stuff. So it's a very good system.
Also with that convenience with Techion, as the vehicle's scanned, they can immediately get a text or an email with that scan instantly. So again, convenient. So it really makes it a seamless process where the customer involvement's they really get excited and see it, and they all, like you said, they want to go up to the screen and that's my car, really. So it's pretty amazing. Any questions from the audience?
Will the pictures start the multi-point inspection for you?
Again,
Yes, absolutely. That's what we use it for, the multi-point inspection. That's the initial view right there on the lane. The customer sees it, the advisor sees it, so it's great right there.
But would it carry on to like next time?
Yes. So with Techion, I don't know about all the DMSs, but with Techion, the pictures are stored with the consumer.
and it's open source, so you do have a URL that's shareable as well. Anyone else in the audience have any questions?
That means we did a good job.
Excellent. Anything else you guys want to share before we finish?
I'm like everybody else. People come to my booth and we have a painting robot that, is automated and it's kind of pushes technology. Sure. Well, that's kind of why I get along so well with this. Every time I see this, every dealership I visit that has this, I'm just like, it's perfect. It does exactly what it's supposed to do in a tidy package. And I mean, I appreciate UVeye having me out here. I'm just a lowly wheel repair guy. So
We definitely appreciate your partnership. Any closing remarks, Dan?
No, I mean, this is the leading edge of technology. This is it. I mean, if you this is one of the this has been the single most important technology that I've had in my dealerships over the last couple of years. And I mean, it's a phenomenal system, and it pays for itself through service and sales.
Awesome, thank you. We do have one more question from the audience. Absolutely. So on the exterior of the vehicle, any ding, dent, scratch, 2 millimeters or larger will pick up. But again, we are installed currently in body shops as well as pre-inspection used for body shops as well. So again, we do have some partnerships as well. We could talk offline with some of the software organizations as well for body shops. So yes, there's a huge use there as well. Anyone else?
Phenomenal. I mean, you again, when you're talking about customers blaming you for damage to their car, and you can show them, hey, it wasn't us, because as dealers, we're gonna, if customer says we damaged their car, okay, we know we didn't, but we're gonna pay for it anyway. But just to show that that we didn't damage it, and we don't have to have that conversation, and the customer can actually trust us, and so, oh, I guess it was me, because even though if you fix the customer's car and it wasn't us, it's still not going to be that great a relationship. But if you can show them, hey, it wasn't us, and I mean that's huge for CSI. And then again, the time to write up. When a customer comes through, that advisor comes right out, and being able to get them into the shop quicker. I mean, that's CSI right there.
Yeah, and again, the biggest thing is transparent. We say time, transparency, really are two of the biggest indicators that really help the process. But again, customers really are involved in the process as well. Awesome. Well, if everyone else is finished with their questions, first I want to thank you both for joining us, and everybody, hopefully we're enjoying the first day of NADA, and we'll be having 3 of these seminars each day. So thank you everyone for coming.